Shane spends most of his time obviously winding up Mark Wahlberg.
Yes.
And you spend most of your time looking after Mark Wahlberg. What was it like being newbies with Mark Wahlberg?
Amazing. You know how talented he is, but he's so hardworking and he's so professional, and us being so young and be able to learn from him was amazing, and he's definitely my mentor. I love him.
I agree.
Yeah. And you guys obviously have a lot of running around to do, to put it very lightly. I know you've had some experience, but it must have been a real baptism of fire for you, Jack. So what was that like?
I mean, it was new to both of us, a lot of running involved in this one. We trained before, and it was fun though to be in the midst of all the explosions, and I mean, we had a great time.
Yeah, it's a wild time. People don't shoot films like this anymore. They don't do practical effects like this, and you know, very soon I don't think there'll be anybody left shooting that way. So you know, we're very privileged to be in a position where we get to make a film like this. That's as exciting in its nature to shoot every single day as Transformers is.
So I'm guessing if Michael Bay was on the phone straight away, you'd be like, yes, we are there, we want to do it.
Oh,
next
of course. Of course.
If he does.
Where would you like to see it go?
Ireland, obviously.
Paris or Australia.
Yeah.
I
Never
like
been
the
to
sound of
Australia.
Australia. I'd like to shoot somewhere in Africa as well.
Yes. Oh my God, yes.
Maybe like
Like
Egypt.
in the Sahel, you know.
Yeah.
And is it possible to call out a single Transformer that you guys hold dear above the rest?
Bumblebee.
Definitely. Why?
Because
Because
he's just the most
Yeah, he has the
personality.
best personality.
Sure.
Life the party.
Can you talk about the difference between doing something like what Richard did, and because for the UK that was obviously massive,
Yeah.
and then going into something like this and
Yeah.
actually
it's
having a
wild
nicer
experience,
relationship
yeah.
with a woman.
Yeah, exactly. God, I do make really dark films with women, yeah.
Yeah.
It was a crazy experience. Richard was a 1.5 million euro film.
Sure.
And, you know, I'm very proud of it. I'm so happy that I had an opportunity to work with Lenny. He's the best guy. He's actually the best man at my wedding next year as well.
Amazing,
which is gonna be great.
congratulations.
Thank you. And to go from that to, you know, $165 million franchise movie in one or two steps was kind of a crazy experience, and I just tried my best to relate to it the same way I would any other film and any other type of performance, and just commit myself to it. And I really enjoyed it. It's just a big tick off my bucket list, but fear not, because I will be doing a lot more small Irish independent films in the future, and that is my natural home. And you know, I've got one coming out relatively soon called Glassland that I just did with Tony Collette and Will Poulter. This young Irish director, he's 26 years of age, and he's an incredible director. His name's Ger Barrett. He made it with me, and we're very proud of that one. It's similar tonally to Richard, but on the opposite end of the spectrum. It's about a young guy who comes from a very working class background, a lot of economic difficulty, and he's dealing with an alcoholic mother, and there's some themes of the sex trade in there as well. It's another light comedy. So yeah, I'm excited about that one too. Hopefully people will respond to that in the UK.
Amazing. And then also for you finally, something like this compared to like The Last Airbender, obviously that was a few years ago now, but surely you took that experience and used it on set here. But how do those two sort of compare? Can you compare?
I mean, this is the biggest movie I've ever done, and there was a lot of CGI in Airbender, so I was familiar with it, but I've always wanted to work with Michael Bay, and now getting the opportunity to do that is amazing, and it's very exciting for me.
Awesome. Thank you guys.